I got a Cali update for y'all. Okay, so as you know, one of the big apps I'm putting more uh, effort into is an AI calendar you can talk to. And I play around with V0. You probably seen some of the apps I made. Three of them. Mo made it, Full House, and Mo Jobs. And I used V0 for that. Plugged it into a Firebase. Added a Stripe to a couple of them. And here I am again, doing it again for Cali. Like I made the landing page right here, right? Um, I really like it. You know, it's basic. You know, not crazy. But again, it's. I figure like, all right, if I'm gonna go in on this, or might as well just have something show up, right? And then we can improve on it later. The sign up looks like that. That's not the logo, but kind of got the flow going, and this is what it looks like. So if we go to my Figma, I had a designer help me map this out. Oh, shoot, right? And she did a great job. However, it wasn't giving me the look and feel I wanted. So here, I'll walk you through the wireframes of Cali right here. So she did some. Oh, I didn't even realize she did a landing page. Um, okay, let me pause this. I love the song. But yeah, she did some wireframing. I approved it, but hoping that it seemed like she got a little confused. Here are the concepts, because it felt too much like a Outlook, like a work app, and that's not what I want from Cali. It's supposed to make time for the things you really care about with the people you care about. That's kind of my one liner I've been doing. Here's a description for each. They're all the same, but you can pause the video and take a look at this. All right, so has some great logos. They're all really cool. I decided to go with this one. I feel like this one's a little more. I love one. I like the color. Two, I kind of like this moon wave thing. All right, I thought that was really cool. And she had a few things in here because I really wanted to keep it simple, but it felt like she went pretty crazy with the integrations and stuff, which is great. Honestly, it kind of explores different possibilities, but I really wanted something really basic and still keep it looking like this, right? So basically, what I did was I used V0. I popped it in. They have this cool thing where you can, you can, if you're subscribed, you can add your Figma in here, and V0 did awesome. It's a little buggy though. It didn't get everything, but here, if I go here, what's this? I wanted the app to be more social, right? And I'll come back to that. So I added. I went on Dribble, and here I'll actually go on my Dribble right now. I went on Dribble and I was looking for some of the stuff I sent her, some of the links where I was like, "Hey, I really like this. Where could this fit in?" I'm figuring like, she's a designer, she would know best. She's a UX designer by profession. Uh, and let's see if I can find it. That UI looks nice. There are so many great developers on here, but let me see if I can find an example of like I picked. And this is actually great for anybody who's always wondering like, how do I come about my workflow? Where's the calendar? Okay, it should be this one. It might be that one too. Yeah, it's not in here, so it's the other one. So that one says calendar. This one says Cali. I don't know why I have them separate. So I basically took this, right? Because I want that feeling of like seeing your friends and family on the app, right? Making it more personal to you. And I told V0 to do that. So I like took a screenshot, put it up here, and it got it. Because the idea is like you would talk to the calendar and it would, tell you how to make time for things. And I noticed that Google Calendar, that's what I remembered. They finally have it. So you have Gemini up here where you can talk to Gemini and, you can ask it to do stuff. So I watch this. It doesn't do, it's not there yet. But if I say, find me time to go to Six Flags on Saturday with, they don't know my friends, so I'll just say, we'll just practice it. Let's say with Dom, right? It's not that good. Let's see if it comes up. Sorry, I can't check availability yet. You can do that by using the Google Calendar. Like, what was the point of this? Like, I want stuff like that. But you could say, what is the date planned trip to Six Flags? What is the date of the planned trip? So I guess you could ask it things about your calendar, and it'll tell you. I don't have a date planned for Six Flags. I'm I'm still learning. Can't help. So it's not there yet. But they finally threw it up here, and I noticed that like sometime last week. But that's what I want this to do. And I saw that. I was like, let me copy the UI. But she already had something in here that was in the design. It looks like this, which I think I want to bring. I'm gonna definitely bring back. But you can see here, you're chatting with it. All right, right. You can talk to it, get suggestions. Add a tokens. I don't know how I'm gonna monetize it yet, but looking at other calendars, they usually charge $12 a month, but none of them are quite like mine. So, this is why it's great to start YouTube and get, this is the reason, one of the perks of, just building in public is shout out to Alex. For Cali, take a look at Hey Calendar by Basecamp. I know Basecamp and Notion Calendar, which I did look at that. Pretty unique takes on calendars, and this was around uh, me talking about like my logo, the calendar towards the end of Cali, and Mo Foods, which I'm still building. And shout out to Alex because this is great, and I'm taking some inspiration from it and mixing some of my own stuff. And then I went on Twitter, and someone is actually, I'm like, why are they building Cali? So calendar app coming to Shady CDN UI kit. I continue to work on it. So this actually looks great. It looks like it works a little better. You can see the click and drag, and I don't know if it's because I'm not prompting it right or it's V0 is just not there yet. I don't know, but actually, then again, I think he built it himself. So you know, which I'm gonna have to go in there and do it myself because. But I'm like, why did he choose orange? It looks like mine, but there's a thing on Twitter, people saying like you could tell if it's a ShadCN app, um, and of course because the components and stuff. Um, I don't know if there's someone said that like you could tell if something is a ShadCN app, but yeah, I don't care because I can always go in there and change it. All right, always change for later. But if we go to settings, I'm gonna show you more stuff. Right, these are all that I grabbed from the Figma design. And I'm not going to be using all these tabs. Like some of these I'll be taking out because I didn't think of these features, and nor do they need to be in the first version. I just need people to link their calendars, talk to it with AI, and send friends you know invites to do stuff. Right. I also played around and was adding like different features, but I didn't want to fall into the trap of just adding these features. So these tabs won't be here on the first release. Calendar inbox probably most likely will be. You know, statistics. I thought it'd be real cool to see a breakdown of your calendar, right? How much you spend time working. I think that would be real cool. Won't be in the first feature. I didn't even ask it to do a heat map, but it made a heat map. So this is why AI is kind of fun to play with. But these tabs, most of them won't be up here. The app will look a little different. It will look stripped down. A lot of features won't be in there. But the idea is like you make time for some of your friends and do stuff. And I think it got the Unsplash API because I told it to use Unsplash and it's getting random photos. So I guess it's grabbing it or something. But of course, I want it to be able like you can search it. That's because right now it just does it randomly. That's so cool. Um, yeah, gonna make it so you can search it or you can upload your own. Who's joining? Yeah. So I'm throughout the month, the spring. I'm just gonna keep prompting this thing to get all the stuff I need for the front end, and then play around with cursor. And also, I gotta make calendar apps are hard. I don't know why. There's just a lot to account for when it comes to like different time zones. What's it called? Skip years, leap years. You know, daylight savings, all this stuff. So I guess that's why it makes it so hard to make a calendar app and why there's a lot of tools already out there. But I looked at the code and I didn't see any libraries uh that it was using for the calendar. it looked like it made a calendar from scratch, which is great because I would like full customization, full control over it, right? So that's what I got. When I make these videos, I know I forget to say something, but I took some stuff that I really liked from other calendars in terms of making this social, and I was trying to describe this um, app to her, the designer, who killed it, did a great job, but it just felt too much like a work app, like an Outlook, Teams, like Slack. I don't want this app to be in that category. Like, sure, you can do your work stuff. You can put your work in here, like like how you do with Calendly, meetings and all that. But this is not another calendar app to make you work better. It's a calendar app to make time for things you care about. Right, look at my calendar. I make time to go to the gym, studying, coding, projects, but it's all me. It's not, you don't see like the best you see right now is travelers work in focus, right? Like it's time to go focus on my work or um, work from home, right? That's what you see up here. But the rest is like making time for me. Like, look, polish, planning, and marketing for my stuff, for my business. So I guess it is kind of work, but for me, I'm having fun, so it doesn't feel like work. If we go to here, have fun, right? And I don't have it mapped out yet because I'm waiting for the first 6 months to, knock it out. But you can see here, study, Senegal trip, all that stuff is in here. And that's what I want this calendar to be. But I want my friends up here. Like, can you imagine sending like, I want it to be social because, like, you don't send a calendar invites to your friends on Google. You don't send a Google Calendar invite. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Oh, which actually reminds me. Um, so I've been trying to avoid building too much, but I figured if since I have so much time, I might as well. And I decided that I was going to build um, a very basic uh, mobile app for this thing, which will only be available for iOS because I'm building it natively with Swift UI. And then you have React Native Expo. It's technically native. I don't want it. I can build faster with Swift because I already know it. So let me see something. So this is the Kali login. I figured, because Apple charges the 30% tax and no, the cut they take, which when most students in LLC, I'll be part of Apple's small business program, so it'll only be 15%. Uh, this is, there should be a way to compare these two, right? Color scheme variants. Yeah, it might be this one. Yeah, I want to show y'all what it looks like side by side. Looks great. Looks great. So yeah, you can sign in or sign in with Google or email password. You have to create an account on the app and subscribe there. That way, Apple doesn't get their cut. But in order to do that, you can't have a link. You can't link it to your website and say, oh, you can subscribe on there. Your app will get rejected from the App Store because Apple doesn't allow for people to say, hey, subscribe through our third party application, which I think they did after the EU did some changes. I think it only took effect in the EU. I don't remember, but you know, it's some apps do this. I'm not sure if Netflix, Hulu, all the subscription apps do it. Um, Amazon and eBay don't have to pay Apple 30% because uh, they're physical goods. So Amazon falls into the category like Apple doesn't charge like 30% for every transaction because you're doing a physical service or the goods. But if you're doing digital stuff, they will take a cut. So if you want to subscribe and like use the AI feature on this app, then you have to go on the web app and subscribe. And if you notice, so a lot of people don't notice this, but if you subscribe to Netflix through their mobile app, it's actually more than if you had subscribed on the web app. I don't know if that's changed, but the reason for that was to, make up for the cost of, Apple taking 30%. I'm not sure if they changed that, but for me, you can just sign in. You want to subscribe, then uh, you have to go to Cali, mycalitime.com. I bought that domain name because I couldn't get the other one. But you have to go subscribe to my app. And the cool thing is, like, I tell people, in order for me to get my freedom, I just have to sell out the Apollo Theater, and the seating capacity of that Theater is 15, I think 38. So if I can get this many subscribers, that's how much I make a month. Uh, I this works like this just so people know. Oh wait, I don't do the plus. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, the math checks out. Like just so you know. Let me make sure. Where the calculator? What the hell? All right. Anyway, yeah. I just need to sell out the Apollo Theater. Of course, you got to account for taxes and the cost of the AI stuff. I still don't know how I'm going to charge for this, or the cost of using it. Um, People saying it's a little cheaper. I am exploring the idea of getting my own server or like EC2 instance or a, a droplet on DigitalOcean, just downloading like a DeepSeek model and doing that for free. And then of course you have to manage the servers and backend for that. Or I could just use OpenAI, Claude, or something, or just let people plug in their own models. Uh, they can select a model or do it themselves. But for non-technical people, they just want this thing to work, or people who just don't care about that stuff. I don't know. I don't know. All things are doing research, but you see me building all these apps. They're basic. They're toys, and you're like, "Mo, you're just building all this stuff." But this is one that I'm actually taking the time to just play around with, brainstorm, do some market research. You know, the UI here is not the greatest, but I can polish that up. And I do have a developer who is going to be helping me with this stuff. I think that's all. Shout out Alex. It's real cool. Like people just help me out like that. Like that's like I like this comment. I don't just like help me figure out some things, and I have like a whole document on Notion on like what this app does well. Because all my competitors, I'm like, oh, I got the edge. I'm like, okay, they're all work related, but this one does something a little different, and it's like, oh wow, this is actually cool. This is actually a unique take on calendars. And I already knew about Notion, so I had that, but this was really nice to know. Like habits, this is great. I think that's all I wanted to share. Every time I make these videos, I'm gonna start doing talking points. I'm gonna start making thumbnails in the summer. Because I figured, it's all about creating an audience. I'm gonna have to put effort into, creating thumbnails and getting those shots. Not because I want to make YouTube money, just because I want to grow the audience, and having an audience helps with the business side of things. But for right now, let's just get started. Let's just do this, and you know, let's get to work. Let's just put my stuff out there. I think the next video I'm going to make after this is about how to, celebrating 700, 600 subscribers. I don't even know when I'm going to release this video. I'm probably going to schedule it later, but I think that's the video I'm going to make today. All right, that's all I got for y'all. That's the Cali update. More to come. Can't wait to share it. Let's close this. One less tab to make, and this looks so clean. And I already know. Actually, if we go, do I have more money up here? I'll show y'all later. More to come. More to come.